I decided to get a job at Best Buy.
Hey,
I
love Best Buy.
You see what I'm saying? So it's life. It was full of different opportunities to make decisions on what's best and what's true. And I think life is just.
What do you mean by that?
Me working at Best Buy wasn't true to what I wanted at all, but it was best for my growth.
I see what you did there.
It was a pivotal moment again where I'm like, okay, do you stay here in LA? You've moved here. You're starting to get roots. Do you stay here, get comfortable? So now you're saying it was best, but what's true? So let's keep that in mind as we continue throughout this talk. So now I'm at Best Buy. I'm like, okay, what's true though? This is not it. I love retail. Again, my sale numbers were great. I can do this.
Yeah.
But this isn't true. So at the time, I'm like, but what's best is I need more money. And the holiday was coming up. So, and this is again how God works. My mom came down to visit when I think this was 2015. And she bought me a new laptop. And we met this young man named Cian at the Apple store it was a vibe. He was like, he loved my energy. He loved my mom's energy. He was showing love. He was like, my mom told a bit about my situation, you know, as mamas do. I'm like, oh girl, you embarrassing me. But
my baby was advice, y'all.
Man, but look at him now. He's, a little bit down on his luck. And I thank God having a rider like that, because that piqued his spirit. That piqued his interest. And so he was like, take my information down. If you really want to work, I can put you into the referral program, and that, fast tracks you through the hiring process, right? So I'm like, okay. I follow up with him. Sure enough, he does. So at the time I was at Best Buy, I was trying to land a gig at Apple. And sure enough, Best Buy was like, okay, we think we want to move you to the Magnolia home theater department. Because I was that good. Like, I was selling numbers. I was like, okay, we about to start getting to this routine again, but what's best and what's true. And that money started looking best. It's all about getting off this couch. It's about making my life comfortable. Sometimes you have to learn some skills first before your life gets comfortable. And so now I'm like, okay, well, I do need more money. That's just the bottom line.
Yeah.
So they like, Magnolia offering this much, Apple's offering this much. Now I know if I can work the floor here at Magnolia and I go to Apple and work it the same way, I'm a shoe-in. So I take the gig at Apple. Man, they beat my ass on that floor. That product floor, woo! Another beast, because you're coming in with people who are entitled, who want their product, who are looking for something specific. Then you have other people who really don't know what they're looking for. Yeah. And you have to be on it. They said that they model themselves after the Hilton, their standard of customer service. So how can I help you? You're on your feet. You can't sit down. Yeah. So it's like, it was something else that I'm like, I'm so thankful for the bread, but it's not true.
He said, this ain't it.
This ain't it. And so you got to come to a point where you stand true, and God will open those doors. And sure enough, while I was working at Apple, I was applying to jobs. I had just had the Vice gig. I had a couple of stuff that I worked on at the University of Michigan that allowed me to kind of pad the resume. But the real beefy one was Vice. So I was sending that out with hopes of, okay, I'll get another editing gig. But I knew I couldn't stay. And Apple was paying good money, especially if you stay in and really do, like, it's a great company. They pay you well. Yeah. And they also treat you like family. And it's that's another story. Nonetheless, it's real easy to sit and be comfortable there. That's great for some. But for me, I knew I came to LA with purpose. Yeah. And sure enough, I was like, I've had it at Apple. I was there another 4 months, and a gig came through for editing gig at a small mom and pop company. Gotcha. And, that's the next kind of chapter of evolution from there.
That's dope, man. And one thing I want to give you a heads up. I know usually we only get an hour, but what I want